hello there and good evening. Many thanks for joining us tonight and choosing KUTV Weekend Live for comprehensive coverage of news making headlines in the world of news all across. Tonight, our reporters have been up and about preparing and compiling top stories for you that include 9 people dead and others injured after Naboka Sacco bus lost control and plunged into River Mbagathi near Cooperative University. Several learners in Kiambu County yet to resume school due to lack of basic items as a result of the recent devastating floods. One person dead after supporters of Thika Member of Parliament Alice Nganga and local MCA Peter Mboro clash over credit and recognition for the Kiganjo Market project. And Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino leads a delegation of the National Assembly Budget Committee for Public Participation . And that's right, remember to keep the conversation going on our YouTube platforms at KUTV News Kenya and on X at KUTV_Kenya. Our sign language interpreter for tonight is Evans Odhiambo, and my name is Theo Macharia. Let's get you informed. Now, 9 people on Saturday morning perished and others sustained serious injuries after a bus operated by Naboka Sacco lost control and plunged into River Mbagathi near Cooperative University. Now, police reports indicate that 6 people died on the spot, 2 while being rushed to hospital and the other later passed on in hospital. The 33-seater bus is reported to have been overloaded and most of the people standing had serious injuries. Respondents stated that several buses have had near-death experience at this deadly bridge. The wreckage of the bus was pulled out of the water hours past midday, with the driver of the bus believed to be among the deceased. And may their souls rest in peace. And now let's move on, where barely a month since President William Ruto assured flood victims that his government is committed to ensuring that each affected family receives compensation accordingly, this has not been the case for residents of Tana River and Tana Delta sub-county who, after disaster struck, no one has come to their rescue. The government promised to offer support including basic commodities such as food, bedding and 10,000 shillings in cash. This story was produced by Cynthia Ochieng. All right, and that story will be coming to you in just but a few moments. But meanwhile, let's proceed, where several learners from Wetavia and Juja sub-counties have not yet resumed school due to lack of basic school items as a result of the devastating floods. And in as much as several stakeholders have gone an extra mile in helping some of these affected families, the government is still being urged to come to the aid of the affected students. Yvonne Kemuma narrates, as produced by Manjeri.
For some students, learning has become and will continue being a challenge owing to the adverse effect of the recent heavy rains if neglected. This is as several learners from Juja and Wetavia sub-counties are said to lack the necessary basic school requirements to resume school. According to Joseph Wawero, a local leader, some classes and school facilities were destroyed as a result of the devastating floods, requesting the government to work on the school facilities destroyed so that learning may resume.
Watoto waende shule kwa sababu moja, vitabu zao, makazi yao yote yalisobwa na maji. Ningeomba serikali iingilie kati, kama ni madarasa yale yameingia maji katika location yetu, iangaliwe upya, itengenezwe ili watoto wetu waende shule.
The victims received basic aid such as foodstuff and blanket from the nearby Zitek University in collaboration with the Crime Sipwa Youth Safety Awareness and Oshwal Mahilal Mahandal Initiative. The director of the Corporate Affairs and Marketing in Zitek University, John Mwai, emphasized that so far 150 families have been selected to receive instant help.
So today we have 150 families that have been selected from this area, and we are working together with the community leaders and also the local administration to assess the families that truly need the help. So this morning we have 150 of them here, and they are going to get support from foodstuff, from blankets, and from other assistive equipment to help them continue with their life.
Whatever flood victims led by Mary Kamande thanked all those who took part in the donations and therefore pleaded with the government to help children of those affected by floods to resume schools.
And we really appreciate. Mungu ambariki, so tungeomba hata serikali iingilie, isaidie wenye wako affected, wawape chakula, mablanketi, waangalie watoto wenye bado hawajaingia shule.
More partners and stakeholders are encouraged to join hands in order to help the flood victims. Yvonne Kimuma, KUTV.
All right, many thanks, Yvonne Kemuma, for that comprehensive report. Now, let's take a look at this previous story where those affected by floods continue to await donations coming in from the government as they continue to decry of this relief not yet in. Take a look at this story.
Thousands of Tana Delta sub-county residents in Tana River County are in dire need of relief food, fresh water, and shelter after their houses were swept away by the flood disaster. The worst hit area is Kipini West, where villages were completely submerged and residents were forced to move to seek refuge in neighboring villages which are on safe grounds where they have established camps.
Serikali ya Kenya juzi wakati Mahimahiu ilipopata ile ajali, dunia mzima imekusanyika hapo. Paka the president ameenda pale. Sisi wakaji wa Kipini West, wakaji wa Tana Delta, kwani tumekosea nani ama Mungu tutambia nini uhai yetu? Dunia mzima maji yote yamefunguliwa. Dam 7 zote yamefunguliwa. Sisi hatujapata maji ya mvua. Hii ni maji ya mto, dam zimefunguliwa. Kama
tuko hapa mji ya Marafa. Saa hii mji hii vile tunaona saa hii shida yetu ni chakula tu peke yake na neti. Maji hakuna. Tunatumia maji ya mtoni. Hiyo maji tuko chafu lakini tunatumia hiyo. Na dawa imeishia saa hii.
Despite finding shelter in neighboring village, they say the road to Chara is completely cut off and there is no public transport except for boda which can only reach a certain area with difficulty, making costs of transport very expensive. And in the midst of transport difficulty, already there are reports of waterborne diseases and malaria as locals are drinking water directly from the flooded river and are exposed highly to mosquitoes.
Na dawa imeishia saa hii hakuna dawa. Japo tena hawa watoto hakuna mahali shule naenda. Shule manyewe hakuna mahali nasoma. Tunakaa tu kama kinyeji sasa, kama zamani. Sasa serikali tukumbuke, tulete mambo yetu ya sawa sawa.
Kitoka tumekuja leo wiki ya 3. Hakuna msaada yoyote ambao tumepata kwa serikali. Kitokea wiki mzima sisi tunahama. Tukihamia mahali nyingine tunabebewa na maji. Sasa hii tumefika Marafa na hakuna msaada imetoka kwa serikali. Bado tunajigangania. Hakuna tarbala, hakuna neti. Watoto hawana kitu kula. Tunatumia hii maji chafu. Kwa hivyo serikali kila mali ambao wataweza pata hii ujumbe watusaidie kwa haraka tena. Kitokea wiki mzima sisi chakula yetu ni samaki na hii maji. Hakuna kitu tunakula.
However, The residents have blamed the county and the national government has not supported them in any way, even though they are suffering with no clean water, food and mosquito nets and proper shelter. The angry residents have given the government till tomorrow to act on the matter.
All right, many thanks, Israel Omwai, for that comprehensive update. Let's now move on where the Kenya National Highway Authority, KENHA, is working on a section of the Garissa-Madogo Road that was swept away by floods, causing a myriad of challenges to road users, many of whom continue to incur huge losses. And as Muneneweru reports, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, during his visit to the region, noted that the government is working on long-term solutions to end the flooding crisis in the Garissa and Tana River regions.
A section of the Garissa-Madogo Road that was damaged by recent floods is currently undergoing repair by the Kenya National Highway Authority, KENHA. This repair work aims to alleviate the inconveniences faced by residents of the area. Previously, during his visit to the county, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua stated that the government is looking into long-term solutions for the flooding crisis in the northeastern region. While confirming the ongoing repairs, the Garissa County Commissioner Mohamed Mwabudzo noted that the team also plans to proceed to Kona Punda for additional repairs.
Wanamalizia sehemu ya kwanza ya Mororo ili waweze kuamini sehemu ya Kona Punda ili kuweza kuziba hiyo sehemu ya barabara magari yaweze kupita pia. Lakini tunavyoendelea sasa bado sehemu ya Kona Punda wanategemea zile ili kuweza kuendelea na safari zao za kila siku.
A trader in Garissa, Patricia Itanzu, lamented on the plight of traders following the sweeping away of the section of Garissa-Madogo following the floods. She complained that traders were incurring huge costs to transport their goods via boats. She also added that taking their children to school was difficult. A boat operator in Garissa, Ken Waweru, said that the rescue and transportation of people was hard work. He also added that the water has ended up in places where it did not belong, thus causing huge losses.
Haya maji hayajakuwa kwa ile nafasi ambayo yanafaa. Kwa hivyo
Muneneweru, KUTV.
Where chaos unfolded in Kameno Ward in Thika constituency, resulting in the one fatality and another individual nursing gunshot wounds after an altercation was ignited when Gatundu South Member of Parliament G.G. Kagombe drew a gun in public and started shooting. The conflict stemmed from a dispute between supporters of Thika Town Member of Parliament Alice Nganga and local Member of County Assembly Peter Mboro regarding recognition for the Kiganjo Market project. Also in attendance were National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and Gatundu North Member of Parliament Elijah Njoroge. Up to now, authorities have not yet issued a statement regarding the incident. All right, and that story from Thika Town takes us to our first very short commercial break right here on KUTV Weekend Live. More stories coming on the other side. Keep it KUTV, don't go too far, and keep the conversation going on our social media platforms.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepopa si vuguvugu. Pepopa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday. We ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground. Every Thursday and Saturday at 9 p.m. only on KUTV.
All right, welcome back to KUTV Weekend Live. Let's keep the conversation going. Now, a delegation of the National Assembly Budget and Appropriations Committee has undertaken public participation on the 2024-2025 financial year budget in Nairobi County. The delegations, led by Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, accompanied by his Embakasi Central counterpart Major Donk Benjamin, visited areas of Dagoretti and Eastlands to sensitize and engage city residents on the budget. Residents spoke about a myriad of budgetary needs ranging from speedy completion of critical infrastructure, education, as well as social welfare. Other leaders who took part in the exercise were Member of Parliament Esther Passaris, Mark Mwenje, James Gakoya, and Antonio Luoch. The delegation will incorporate the issues discussed in a final report to be tabled by the committee to the floor of the House.
wazee wamesajiliwa walipo ile pesa ya wazee, na kuna wale waliaga hawajatolewa bado wanakuliwa pesa yao.
Currently, I'm a student at a TVET institution. Since last year, sijapata capitation. Kwa nini? On Monday, nilikuwa kwa meeting, nikauliza my dean, why am I not getting the capitation? Aliniambia that's a government issue. Sasa nimepatana na government. Nataka kumcheck. Mgonjwa wangu anarudishwa. Hakuna commodities. Kwa nini? Sijaona kama kuna line item yoyote hapo imeguzia designated bus stops na pedestrian walkways. Tunakuwa na many accidents za watu juu pedestrians hawana njia ya kupita. Ni kama wakijenga barabara, especially highways, hawakumbuki kuna pedestrians.
All right, and in continued efforts to combat the use of illicit brew, the Eastern Region Security Committee, led by its coordinator Paul Rotich, has urged residents of Embu County to remain vigilant and cease trading in second-generation and illicit brews. The commissioner made these remarks during the installation of Francis Karenga as the Ndangori East Chief, as he also highlighted the importance of calling out the local leaders when they fail to deliver. Our reporter Macharia produced the following report.
Residents of Embu County have been urged to support security agencies in the fight against illicit brew by making efforts to be more vigilant and by seizing the trade of second-generation alcohol and illicit brews. This was during an event held in the Embu North Sub-County offices, where the installation of the new Ngandori East Chief Francis Karenga took place. In his address during the event, the Eastern Region Coordinator Paul Rotich further urged the residents to call out their leaders when they fail to deliver, noting that objective criticism only helps them to improve on service delivery as per the mandate.
Tukimii watu kama hao na business community, kama tunajua kuna mtu anafanya biashara kama hiyo, let us not allow them to operate. We have a responsibility as a people and as leaders in every level, because our families must stand as families so that we can have a strong nation tomorrow, and we can have families which are dependable and the communities which are strong. We can never be strong when the youth are wasted. Hatutakuwa na we cannot have a strong nation when our youth are getting lost because of consumption of alcohol and drugs.
On his part, Embu Deputy Governor Kinyua Mugo assured of the county government's willingness to fight against illicit brews. The Deputy Governor, however, called on businesses not to interpret the fight against counterfeits as a move to destroy business, urging them to only deal with genuine products.
Tumeshikana na Mr. Jack Obo na mimi kama nakaliweka katika ile committee, we are the co-chairs katika ile committee ambayo inapigana na vita hapa na mihadarati, and he has led us very well. Na sisi tumesema hiyo pombe tutapigana mpaka tumalize. The party, let's not criminalize.
While calling for more efficient service delivery to his constituents, Manyata MP Gitonga Mukunji asked the regional coordinator to consider splitting the current divisions in Manyata constituency and creating new administrative units.
Tuko na region kubwa sana, na our divisions are only 2. Mimi na wewe tusaidiane tuongeze division moja katika hii area yetu ya Ngandori Ruguru ili
The newly appointed Ngandori East Chief Francis Karenga has previously served as the Manyata Assistant Chief for 17 years.
All right, that story was produced by Macharia and voiced by our very own Vivian Opio. Let's now shift gears to some international news, where nuclear medicine is a medical specialty that utilizes small amounts of radioactive substances to diagnose and treat various diseases. 2 South African doctors who are both nuclear physicians at the Steve Biko Academic Hospital in Pretoria, South Africa, are demonstrating that women can also do well in this field. Thuso Kumalo visited them and filed this report.
It's early morning and Dr. Khumuso Mukwala is already working in the day ward in the nuclear medicine section of the Steve Biko Academic Hospital, preparing to examine and treat a non-melanoma skin cancer patient. She is one of only 100 nuclear medicine physicians servicing South Africa's over 60 million population.
Nuclear medicine is an ever-evolving field, so you constantly have to be updating yourself with the latest developments that are happening, so you have to read a lot.
It's a fairly new discipline of study, and she has successfully emerged with a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery degree, fellowship at the College of Nuclear Physicians, Master of Nuclear Medicine, and a doctorate in nuclear medicine philosophy.
We actually one of the first few centers in the world that was doing actinium-225 prostate cancer therapy, thanks to our mentor and our head of department, Professor Teche.
As the head of the clinical unit, Dr. Mukwala's daily work involves supervising other physicians who are also making their mark in the nuclear medicine field.
In this room, patients who are referred by various doctors with many conditions are scanned, and the technologists are generally the ones responsible for scanning in this room, and will place the patient on the bed and stand behind that door glass and let the patient lie down and be imaged, sometimes for a period of 5 minutes, sometimes for as long as an hour. So it has to be a very comfortable situation when the patient is lying on this bed.
Once the technologists have completed scanning the patients, the pictures are then transmitted to this gamma camera room where Dr. Mukwala and other nuclear medical physicians analyze them.
So the way that we do our images, we inject a radioactive compound into the body that will then follow a certain physiological process depending on what it is that you want to image at that time.
It's crucial for them to look very closely at the images to ensure that all abnormalities are reported.
Right now what we are doing is PET-CT, and PET-CT is usually requested by doctors of patients who have cancer, and so we report those, and it helps the doctors know whether the patient needs systemic treatment or local treatment, and or we also help to see if the treatment has worked or not, and so they can, with the results of our scans, they can manage the patients better.
She is also thrilled to be paving her path in these uncharted waters.
Very proud to be a nuclear medicine physician. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy learning, and I think for me it was the best decision career-wise.
Dr. Mukwala also enjoys her work.
Even if I try to sit and think what other options could I have taken in terms of career choices, this is always my number one for me, because nothing beats having put, or seeing that joy from the patient, or a patient coming in initially and they couldn't walk, and then we gave treatment, and now the patient tells you they feel so healthy, they can even run marathons. It's the best feeling ever.
Dr. Mukwala also has words of encouragement to other women.
It's not impossible. The sky is the limit, and we shouldn't allow the glass ceilings that are placed there for us as females to dictate who we become.
As the current president of the South African Society of Nuclear Medicine, Dr. Mukwala and her team have been invited by the International Scientific and Medical Organization, the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging, to attend its June meeting in Toronto, Canada, to recognize the great strides they are making in nuclear medicine. Tuso Kumalo for VOA News, Johannesburg.
All right, and now let's get sporty right here on KUTV Weekend Live, where Kenya Red Cross, Africala, Arts and other stakeholders joined hands to create mental health awareness through sports at Camp Toyoyo in Nairobi County. Day one of the 2 days event saw athletes compete in 2 sports disciplines, that is football and basketball, to sensitize members of the public on proper mental health practices and create a safe haven for young people dealing with mental health. Evans Auma with the banter.
Beneath the brave, strong and indestructible faces lies a problem, bigger and scariest. A story of struggle for acceptance, identity and pressure to perform, and it's burning like wildfire. For James, the term mental health is a painful subject he does not want to revisit.
Indo team imenisaidia by the way come up na confidence yangu na kila kitu. So like mimi confidence yangu like ilikuwa mbaya sana nikiwa high school because of a lot of discrimination because of my color and height. Hawako wananiaminia like naweza fanya anything. So like because of that ikanifanya nikuwe like so out of form kabisa kwa studies, kwa kila kitu vina socialize na watu. So ilikuwa so tough on me.
At Camp Toyoyo here in Jericho, Nairobi, stakeholders have joined hands to create awareness about the silent monster that is slowly claiming the lives of innocent Kenyans through sports.
I would say this sports is extremely important, especially for young people. Sports is extremely important. That is a safe space. That's the word that I can use. Sports tries to create a safe space for young people. And in this society, we are facing a lot of challenges with our young people, and especially mental challenges. Sports is a space where they can actually come, release themselves, and they tend to forget a lot of things that they are facing in life. So sports for me and what is happening here today has a huge significance and importance to the young people today.
James says the pitch is the only place he finds peace. People with depression can have a lasting sadness or low mood. People with anxiety often have excessive worry or fears. Sometimes feelings of anxiety happens without any apparent reason. What is important is the support system to help victims cope with their daily struggles.
That it is okay to go through challenges, you know, they are part of life. But now the way you cope with them is what matters for your own mental health and how you cope.
We create a safe environment for them where we can just talk about, be good teammates, and so that we can talk about anything as a team. It really helps for players. But the thing is, it's about creating the safe environment for the athlete to open up.
Now the silent voices sending distress calls are getting louder and bold. What matters at the end of the day is how you respond to such voices. The message here is just simple. It's okay not to be okay. Auma Evans for KUTV at Camp Toyoyo, Nairobi.
All right, and that story by our very own Ivan Sauma brings us to 33 minutes past the top of the hour, which means it's time for us to wrap it up right here at KUTV Weekend Live. But just before we leave, allow us sample some of the feedback and the comments on our YouTube platform at KUTV News Kenya. Many thanks, June Christine, for watching all the way from Rongai. Many thanks, Dominic Tuwei, also for tuning in. And also many thanks, Tobias Imboga, for also tuning in to KUTV Weekend Live. And also Jidraf Mwangi, many thanks for watching all the way from Kikuyu. And also not forgetting the men and women behind the cameras, behind the lenses who've made this bulletin a success. My producer Yvonne Kemuma, many thanks for making this bulletin a success. Also Kimani James Baraka, the director, many thanks. Gift Juma on that layout, asante sana. And also Ismail Akunda, who was on the sound. And lastly, Kevin Dohio, who's done the graphics for KUTV Weekend Live tonight. Many thanks for making this bulletin a success. And to the football fanatics, Sunday is almost here, you know what I mean, you know. And our sign language interpreter for tonight has been Evans Othiambo, and my name is Theo Macharia. We do this again next Saturday, same time, same place. Don't go too far. Good night and good luck.